Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Becky, and we're parents to two little kids. Parenting isn't always easy. There are ups and downs, good days and bad days, days with way too much TV, and days with lots of laughter. Moments where you just feel overwhelmed, and moments where you've never felt more proud.
At the end of the day, parenting is super rewarding, but also super hard. This podcast is for all the parents out there who feel like they have no idea what they're doing, because we're right there with you. This is the Spillproof podcast.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Spillproof podcast. I'm Becky.
Did you forget?
I did. I was like, why is Dave staring at me?
And I'm Dave. And apparently my co-host here forgot who she was.
Just for a moment. No.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. And today we're going to talk about potty training.
So this is going to be potty training episode, whatever episode it is, but it's going to be part one.
Part one.
And part two will be in some future time once at least one of our kids is potty trained-ish.
Yeah. So just forewarning, this is not going to have advice for how to get potty training done.
Nope. That'll be the next time. Part two.
Hopefully. This is going to be us describing the cluster that potty training has been for us.
We knew that potty training was going to be work. Mm-hmm. I mean, kids don't get potty trained overnight. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. Ours certainly don't. But we expected there to be speed bumps. Mm-hmm. What we didn't expect was train wrecks and, level 10 earthquakes and just utter chaos.
P-mageddon.
That's what we're calling it now. P-mageddon.
Today was P-mageddon. And just, Owen, sorry that mom and dad are talking about your pee today. When you're older, don't listen to this episode.
Please do. This will be hilarious. Super embarrassing. That's the whole point of parents, to embarrass their kids.
So where to begin? So just to give a little history of potty training before we go through the day we had today. We got one of those little mini potties probably right before Owen was 2, like right before the Christmas where he turned 2, because we were thinking, we'll just have it around. We'll see if maybe he'll be interested in it. We'll see if he'll sit on it. And we had zero expectations. We were like 2 still really, and like I said, it was before he was even 2. We're like, it's still really young, but maybe if we start early and we just give him time, he will naturally just be like, hey, let's do this. And I think we got him to pee on the potty probably a little after he was 2.
He used it for a little bit.
Yeah, like he would pee here and there, but only for a treat. Only for either a car or like a toy car. It was M&Ms for a while.
We tried that.
Mostly M&Ms, yeah. And it was like here and there. And then we realized that he was only doing it to get a treat. And he really didn't care about potty training. So we were like, let's take a break and we'll try again. The next time was probably right around 2.5. We were like, hey, let's give it a try again. I
think that's the time we bought underwear too.
Yes, we bought him baby shark underwear because that was really big with him at the time. You're right. We bought him baby shark underwear. He seemed pretty into that. We started doing like check boxes.
Yeah, we hung up a dry erase board, which I had in my old office, and we made, was it 5 check marks? I want to say it was 5.
We started with 5 and then we had bonus ones.
We had bonus ones too, but we started out with 5 boxes and he get a check mark for each one because what was happening is that he was getting a treat for every pee that he did. And it was too much reward. It ended up being just, he knew he could get it every single time where he didn't work up to anything. So we decided this was a good way of visually showing him, work your way up, then when you get to this point, you can get a car, you can get a M&M bag or whatever it might have been at that point.
Yeah. And he probably for 2 straight weeks, he was at least 5 times a day, every day in a row. Granted, he also peed in his diaper in between this, just for some background before we get to today. And we have known for a while that he pees a lot. We don't know, a small bladder, I don't know.
It's been a pretty big problem overnight.
Yes.
He's been in overnight diapers from a really young age.
Well, I mean, most babies are in diapers overnight.
Yeah, but he started peeing through them.
Oh yeah, we had
to.
So we always have had to size up and use overnight, like this, like specific overnight diapers, and a size bigger than he normally wears.
And more recently, we've been actually having to change him
in the middle of the night. Yeah, because he will
clothes, diaper,
pee through everything,
sleep sack, because he's still in a sleep sack.
He loves his sleep sack
and sheets sometimes too.
And sheets, yeah, and the mattress protector on the mattress as well. So he's very hydrated, and he goes to the bathroom a lot. So yeah, I think they're like towards the end of those 2 weeks, he was going pee on the potty 7 to 8 times in a day. Never number 2, always number 1. We never pushed it. And then one day, like after those 2-3 weeks, where I was like, this is it, we're getting there, he's going to be potty trained. I think at this point he was a little past 2.5 years. And then he woke up one day and said, nope, not doing it.
He did. It was just like one morning he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, it was
he just didn't care.
Like, snap your fingers. Nope, not doing it.
There was no prize. There was no treat that could get him
could entice him.
He knew he could do it. We knew he could do it. And he just didn't feel the need to do it anymore.
We would ask him.
Like it was too much effort.
Yeah, we were like, you want to go pee on the potty? And he would just go, I'm good. I'm good.
I hear that phrase so much.
Oh, yeah. So we said, okay, we won't push it. He's only a little past 2.5, no big deal. And then we tried again a little bit right around his 3rd birthday, but it's also the same time that we gave up his passy. He changed rooms at daycare. And we've talked about this before. His attachment to Dave increased by 10,000,000%.
Which was already high to begin with.
Yeah. And he also got this weird attachment to his diapers, where if we tried to change him in the middle of the night because he had peed through everything, he would cry and say, I want my dirty diaper back on. Or during the day, if, his diaper was literally sometimes at the point where it was hanging around down by his knees, but he refused to get a diaper change. And so, you got to get that sucker off. He would have a full-blown tantrum because he loved that dirty diaper. And I had taken a part of him when I
like
took
if you
that
had
dirty
taken
diaper
one of
off.
his loveys.
Yeah, his little owl, his mochis, yeah. So we said, okay, he's going through a lot right now. Let's put potty training on hold. And then we took him to his 3-year-old doctor appointment, and they were like, is he potty trained? No, he's not potty trained. I kind of walked him through everything we had done and decided that, the doctor said, just keep asking him, see if he's interested. Don't force it. But, like he's 3, you should think about really potty training him. So
yeah, it's basically what all the information out there on the internet says.
Yeah.
Don't force it, but,
yeah, right.
Coax it a little.
Yeah, but like ask, prompt.
Yeah.
Give some treats here and there. And I was like, yeah, we've tried that, whatever. So recently, Emmy has really liked to sit on the potty. She hasn't actually peed on the potty yet, but she'll sit on it. She really likes it.
And as a reminder, she's 19 months apart from him.
Yes. So Emmy is just 18 months now, and Owen's like 3 years and 1 month, to be exact. Emmy likes the idea of peeing on the potty. She tries really hard. She has yet to actually pee. She'll try really hard, and then she'll stand up and pee, like next to it. So she's getting there, but
she has a problem with. She's never squatted to go to the bathroom.
That's right.
She stands for 1s and 2s.
Both.
It's the craziest thing.
So that's what she struggles with, is she sits and she just wants to stand over it. But
and sometimes she sits on it backwards, which is hilarious.
So we had been saying to Owen, hey, Emmy might want to start doing this. Are you going to be okay with that? And the first time we said that, he really wasn't okay with it. And he was like, I'm going to potty train. And then he was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And then recently, Dave has been really working with Owen on not always having to beat someone or be first.
Yeah, not always winning, not having a complex of losing, or basically just trying to convey to him that, you don't always have to win. Winning isn't everything.
Yeah.
Because at some point, and I think, maybe it's parenting with 2 kids where, when you just want to get a diaper on or you just need to get their clothes on, it's like, hey, listen, you can get dressed before, the other kid. And I think maybe that kind of coaxes a mentality of, oh, I have to be first. I have to be the winner. So we're trying to, and we're very guilty of that. We've done that a lot, and I still do it every once in a while, but I'm more conscious of it at this point. So we're trying to take that thought process out, and we're making progress. Today he said, oh, it's okay. I can be last or something like that. And I think it was like going upstairs or something like that, because it's always a race. Everything's a race.
Yeah, at night when we go up for bed, he's always wanted to be the first one upstairs, and he always goes, I win. And if one of us goes up before him, he'd have
a fit, or he says everybody wins.
Yes. But you've been doing a really good job working with him on that. And so I think maybe last week I said, hey, buddy, are you going to be okay if Emmy starts going to the potty, or maybe learns how to be potty trained before you? Kind of thinking maybe it'll coax him to go, oh,
like
shoot.
I said, we're guilty of it.
Yeah, right? Like,
we're not perfect.
My little sister might learn before me. Maybe I should start doing this too. And he paused. He looked at me, cocked his head to the side, and said, sometimes you got to lose, Mom. And I was like, cool, Owen. Awesome. Okay, moving on.
So it's working.
Yeah. So that is working. Dave's doing a great job.
That is
sometimes
the quintessential
you're last.
parenting lesson. No matter how good the intentions are, a toddler will always turn it around and have it be something that wasn't intended and probably negative.
Oh, man. So that brings us to today.
Which was mostly you. Let's just
Yes, I had taken the day off.
Here, because you took the day off. I was working. We're both work from home. So I was home, but I was in the basement for virtually all of this. And with a new job, I really couldn't step away from my computer.
And last night.
So at this point, it's going to be the Becky podcast.
That's okay. But you heard, like, so Dave's underneath us, so he can hear the stomping
Everything.
and the shouting and the
pee hitting the floor.
Yeah. Yes. So, but last night we were playing chase, and Owen just decided, he always says, I want to be naked, meaning he just doesn't like wearing clothes. He'll just wear his pull-up. But he decided he didn't want his pull-up on. And so I said, okay, if you're going to run around naked, here's the potty. We put it in the kitchen when you have to go pee on it. And he peed twice on it before bed. And then he peed once on a book. But he did pee twice in the potty. Which I think
we threw out.
We did. So it was a sticker book.
And most of the stickers were gone.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, let's do Naked Friday, because that's what they say in the books, right? Is keep them naked, remind them every, 15, 20 minutes. Hey, you got to go potty. You want us to take a seat, whatever it is. So I was like, I'll do this. In my head, I thought, I'm just going to win potty training right now. So I don't know if we said this, but last night Owen woke up at 3:30 and he had peed through everything.
We didn't say that. We
didn't. Okay.
To it
so he had literally to his elbows. How does that even happen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So he got changed in the middle of the night. And this morning he still had a pretty full diaper. So when he woke up, I was like, okay, he's peed. Pretty standard. But he hadn't peed through everything again. So I was asking him, I was like, buddy, I'm probably going to be annoying with how much I ask you if you want to go to potty, but we're going to try this today. We're going to do Naked Friday. And when you got to pee, it's right here. You can also pee in the downstairs bathroom. You can pee in the upstairs bathroom, like wherever you want to pee, just in a potty. He's like, okay, Mom. So it took him a while to pee for the first time. And I was kind of surprised. And my mom actually stopped by, and I hopped in the shower. And when I got out, my mom said, oh, he peed in the potty upstairs. And she actually helped him stand and pee in the potty. And I was like, oh, great. He'll probably love that. He's never done that before. And then we decided we were going to go over to my parents' house. And so he peed in his little potty before we left. I was like, this is perfect. This is great. I did put a diaper on him when we went over to my parents, just in case, because my parents didn't sign up for Naked Friday. But he peed twice in my parents' bathroom, which was awesome. And then when we got home a little before 1:00, I did notice that he had a tiny, tiny little pee in his diaper. But I was like, you know what? He's peed 4 times this morning already. what's one little pee in a diaper? No big deal. And then he did ask to put on a diaper when he had to poop. So we got back around 1. I was about to put Emmy down for a nap, and he was like, Mom, can I have a diaper? And I could, like, he was farting, and I could smell it was coming. And I did ask, I was like, buddy, it'd be so easy to just go to the bathroom. There's a little toddler seat on the toilet in there, and then you can poop in there. He's like, no. I didn't want to push it, so I put a diaper on, and he pooped right away. And then we put Emmy down, and Owen and I are just hanging out. He's naked again. Made sure to clean his butt real good. He peed another time in the potty. All heck broke loose. So he's doing this little Mickey book, this little activity book, and he like kind of reaches down there, and I go, oh, bud, you got to go? He's like, no, I'm good. I was like, you sure? It'll take 2 seconds. You'll feel better. He's like, no, I'm good. And then it starts to squirt out a little bit. So first time peeing in the family room. No big deal, bud. No big deal. Then he ended up peeing in the potty again. Like 5 minutes later, he peed in the potty. And then
was it a full pee or like a half pee?
It looked like a full pee, but I'm learning that is a eighth of a pee for him. So I don't think it was a full pee. So then I had to go potty before we got Emmy up. He might have peed on the floor again. I can't remember. Honestly, there are so many. I actually wrote them down so I could try to remember. And when I was going to the bathroom, he ended up peeing in the potty again. And I was like, that's great, buddy. Awesome. So we go upstairs. We wake Emmy up. He decides he wants to play upstairs. We play in his room a little bit. We play in my office, which is also upstairs and has a little toy area for them just in case they ever have to, be in the office with me for a little bit. And Emmy ran out of the room. So I went to chase her. I come back and he's like, hey, Mom, I peed in here. I was like, no way. You literally just peed downstairs, like what I thought to be a full pee. And he was like, nope, I peed in there. He peed all over the floor. So I'm like, it's okay, buddy. Let me clean it up because everything says, don't chastise them for peeing. It'll just make them nervous. Just, be like, it's part of potty training. It's okay, buddy. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, in my head, I'm like, how is he peeing so much? Like, how is he peeing so much? So then we come back downstairs and Emmy wants to try the potty. And then she ends up running around naked. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, she's going to pee somewhere else in the house. I grabbed her and got a diaper on her right before she peed. But then Owen's running around and he ends up kind of like dribbling through the hallway. I'm like, okay, buddy, get on the potty. He kind of does like a little half pee on the potty. And then my mom ended up stopping over again. And I go, Mom, he's peed like 6 or 7 times between 1 and 4. Like that seems like a lot. Everything says maybe every 2 hours they pee. I know he pees more than that, but 6 or 7 times in 3 hours seems like a lot. She's like, oh yeah, but keep at it. And then he does the biggest pee I've ever seen in the family room. And it's literally a puddle. Like it's not just, oh, you see a little dark spot on the floor. It's a puddle. Like someone spilled a pitcher of water onto the floor. It's splashing as he's continuing to pee. So I'm like, trying to grab him and pulling him into the kitchen, which is where the potty was, to be like, hey, let's just finish it here. There was really nothing left. He was like, oh, all gone. Sorry, Mom. And then my mom is trying to, help kind of clean up in the kitchen a little bit because he's kind of dribbling all the way there. And I think to myself, where's Emmy? Where's Emmy? Where's Emmy? And I know something horrible is going on. So I walk into the family room.
Sorry, Emmy.
And Emmy is sticking her face into the pee spot. And as a mother, I'm just thinking, oh, you failed. This is a big fail. So I kind of start going, Emmy, no, get your face out of the pee. I can only imagine what Dave is hearing at this point because, the kids have been running around. We're stomping around. I'm trying to get him onto the potty. I'm screaming, gosh, Emmy, get your face out of there. So I pull her away from there and it's like clearly it's all over her face and all over her. So my mom takes her into the bathroom and cleans her face with soap and water, cleans basically like a makeshift bath in the bathroom, the half bath downstairs, has her brush her teeth because goodness knows.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, can't even say it. And I'm just going, I quit. I quit potty training. Sorry world. He's going to wear diapers forever. Like I quit. And my mom can see that I'm pretty dejected. And she's like, no, you just got to stick with it. It'll be hard, but you just got to stick with it. And I'm looking at her going, Mom, he at this point, he's going to pee 10 to 15 times a day. I don't know how to manage that. And, you know, if I have to run him into the other room, or if he does pee a little bit on the floor, I mean, he's going to try to eat it. Like this, it seems impossible right now. So I was feeling pretty not great about it. And then she left, and I want to say it was like right before you came up. Mm-hmm. Or it was right before you came up. You were done at 5. Emmy's running around again. He wanted to be naked, but I made him put on underwear. Just be like, okay, we're not doing naked Friday anymore. Just maybe put underwear on, because maybe that'll help you
feel like he's got a diaper on, maybe.
Yeah, and be a little more, or maybe he wouldn't necessarily like want to pee in it, mm-hmm. right? Like it wasn't so free.
Yeah, we got new underpants that have cars.
Cars, yeah, cars.
Which is his new favorite thing.
He loves cars, yeah.
Because we took so long to get to this point, the Baby Shark underwear does not fit anymore.
That's right. Yes, he outgrew the Baby Shark underwear
without ever wearing them.
Never wore it. But.
Yeah.
So he's in his diaper, and there was a point again. He kind of grabbed at himself, and I was like, "Buddy, just go on the potty. You got this. Pull him down and go." And he was like, "No." And then Emmy ran away, and she just seemed like she wanted to get into trouble. So I went after her. And then Owen runs up to me and goes, "Hey, Mom, I peed." And I was like, "That's great, bud." And he was like, "Nope, in the hallway." And again, I'm feeling like, oh gosh, they're like, I have pee all over at me at this point. I've cleaned up pee off the floor, off the carpet, off hardwood floor, off laminate, like off every surface. And then Dave comes upstairs. And I'm like, watch where you're climbing. There's pee right there. It was right next to Emmy's lovey. So I'm trying to grab her lovey and get it out of there and clean it up and wipe it up and disinfect. So when you add it all up.
How many was it? What's the tally?
He peed 5 to 6 times in a potty.
Okay.
And then he peed 6 to 7 times on the floor elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
that we know of.
That I know. That I found.
Yeah.
And then he took a bath, and you put a diaper on him after his bath.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we put him into his nighttime diaper, that after bath diaper that he had on for maybe 45 minutes was full.
So it had at least 3 peas in it.
Yeah. So I estimate about 15 peas today.
That's so many peas. Now, in fairness, we do keep water bottles around. So we keep cups. They both have mm-hmm. probably 1 or 2 cups laying around, mm-hmm. just to make sure that they're not going thirsty.
Yeah, our house, especially in the winter, can get really dry.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we all have, bottles of water around the house just to make sure, we're staying hydrated. And mm-hmm. it's, I don't want to not give them water and keep them hydrated.
And we adopted something. Well, you adopted it from me, actually, that we have water bottles that we use. So we have glasses. Everyone has glasses.
Yeah, but we all have like a plastic water bottle.
But we have like a Contigo, mm-hmm. like flip lid water bottle that has a straw in it. And we both use those. In fact, the kids actually have the same brand. It's the one that we're going to review here coming up that's supposedly Spillproof. And, we've got those laying around, and they can tumble or be tipped upside down or whatever. It might be jammed in the couch, and they're not going to leak, potentially. Mm-hmm. So they always have access to it, but it's not like they're over there sucking it down, morning, noon, and night. I mean, typically we'll fill it up once in the day, and that's really it.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Sorry, I just wanted to be part of this podcast.
I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I had asked Owen again right before Dave came up. I said, "Buddy, do you want to do potty training?" And he wouldn't really answer me. He had gotten really mad at me a little bit earlier, and he threw a tantrum about I don't even know what now. At the time, it maybe made sense.
He's a toddler. It could have been anything.
But he got really mad at me, wasn't talking to me, and then he started to really whine. Me, right? scream for Dave. And so I was just kind of giving him his space and trying, you know, not to feed into his tantrums. And then he came and sat in my lap and I was like, are you doing better? Take a couple deep breaths. So I asked him, you know, do you want to potty train? He's ignoring me. And then he turned around because he was kind of facing away. He turned around in my lap, looked at me and he goes, it's just too hard. So my heart breaks because he's feeling the stress of the day too, just as I am. And then, you know, I'm feeling like, oh, I probably didn't make this easier stressing out when he peed. And I tried to be like, buddy, it's no big deal. It's fine. Accidents happen. But then, you know, when the 6th, 7th one happened, and then you have a 1.5-year-old running around and
trying to put her face in it.
Literally put her face in it. It got a little stressful. So I had Dave talk with him when he came up, and he actually told you he wanted to wear underwear again tomorrow.
Yeah, we gave him the option of it because after his little breakdown, so to speak, or realization that this was very hard, we didn't want to force it upon him. And a lot of what we have heard is that, you know, they need to be ready for this. It's like quitting smoking. You got to be ready for it. So we wanted to give him the option. Just say, hey, listen, if you're not ready for it tomorrow, you know, you don't want to go through this again, you don't have to. We wanted to give him the option or let him know that he could dictate that part of the day.
Yeah.
And he said that he'd be good doing it again. And it wasn't like we were asking him and he didn't know what he was talking about. He knew what his answer was and he answered thoughtfully.
Yeah.
Or as much as a toddler can do.
So we'll ask him again in the morning. And part of me is hoping he just wants to wear his stupid diapers because he just pees so much. Yeah. And, you know, I called my sister and told her about it. And she had said, you know, maybe he's just not ready. He's only, you know, a month into 3. Her kids were a little bit into 3 when they potty trained. And, you know, she said it seems like that's a lot of times for him to pee during the day. Maybe you just need to wait till it's not as many, or I don't know, but.
And in fairness, I do go pee a lot during the day. So maybe he just has a small bladder.
Maybe he just has a small bladder like his dad, but.
Like I probably pee like 10 times a day.
You pee a lot. Yeah, that's true. You pee a lot during the day. So maybe that's just that's just our reality. But right now it feels like a lot. And I mean, if Owen wants to wear underwear tomorrow, we'll let him wear underwear. If he has accidents, he has accidents. We have a carpet cleaner.
That's why we got the carpet cleaner.
That's why we got a carpet cleaner. Yeah, it's really at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, right?
At the end of the day, it's carpet. It can be replaced.
Exactly. You know, we'll be there.
The emotional scars may not be able to.
Guys, I just can't handle if Emmy puts her face in it again. But there'll be 2 of us, so.
Yeah.
Although my mom was here, there were 2 of us. There were 2 adults.
And it still got out of hand. We might need an extra set of hands, 6 hands.
Yeah, so I'm feeling a little. I need to decompress and, like, you know, get back into like mom mode tomorrow to be like, buddy, accidents happen. It's okay. You know, we'll support you with what you want to do. And if he gets to a point where it's too hard or he gets frustrated, then we'll take a break. But potty training just feels never ending.
It does. And it just seems so daunting. I mean, these are our first kids.
Yeah.
You know, we have a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and it seems like one of those impossible tasks. But I remember when we first had Owen, and I felt like, man, how are we ever going to get him to talk? Like, how is that a thing? How do you teach somebody to talk? I mean, we can barely talk right. Like, how are we going to like tell a kid, you know, this is a word and this is how you use it? We're not teachers. Yeah. So, but we were able to accomplish that. You know, he talks reasonably well. Yeah. I mean, you can understand what he's saying. He conveys it as much as a toddler would. There's still that gibberish of what he's talking about, mainly because you just have no context of it, which toddlers love to just go off on tangents and then just be like, right? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, like you
buddy.
can understand what he's talking, like the words he's saying, but the context, sometimes I have no idea where.
It's just out of left field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were able to get our kids to talk. Well, one of them so far. We'll see how Emmy does.
Emmy talks.
She says no.
She says way more than no.
You're right. I'm being facetious, but
she said, "Oh bother."
She said, "Oh bother" tonight because we were watching Winnie the Pooh.
It was really cute.
She's really good at parroting, but she can on a first try get the word.
Yeah,
which is really great for her. She's a very smart kid. It's going to be a problem later.
She is in a no phase though. Everything is no, 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 no.
And Owen went through a no phase, but it was an oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. It was everything was oh no.
It was oh no, and then it was oh dada.
Oh dada, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was how he got through that. So this is a little bit different.
But you know what? Getting rid of Passy for Owen felt impossible too.
And we did that cold turkey.
And we just did it, yeah.
So I think it's really important to look back on those instances and be like, listen, those seem to be very daunting tasks, but they were relatively easier than we expected. Even when we got into like the Passy thing, seemed like it was going to be awful. Like it was going to be like sleepless nights, a lot of sleep regression, just all that stuff, which if you haven't listened, it did. Yeah. And we just had a sleep regression episode come out. So if you haven't listened to that yet, go listen to that. But we were able to get through it, and it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. So maybe this will be like that. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take our black light that we have and go around the house and see what glows, because I guarantee you, currently after today, half of our house is going to glow bright colors.
It would be interesting. It'd be interesting.
I don't even remember why we got that. I think we were looking for cat pee, maybe. I don't remember.
I think we were. It was for cat pee. It went back when we had a cat.
Yeah. So now we can look for people pee.
There you go. Pee. Oh, gosh.
I'm sure it'll glow.
Oh, man.
We're not going to do it. We might do it.
Yeah, maybe.
You can find all the spots to clean up with a spot cleaner.
Yeah, we're going to say we're never going to do that. And then in 20 minutes, we're going to walk around the house going, oh, God.
We're going to finish these drinks, get another one, and go find all the pee spots.
Yeah, we're going to decompress and then rile ourselves up again by finding all the pee spots.
Yeah. It's going to be a great night.
Anyways, potty training. Have not conquered that at all. Are not experts. We're just...
which we've never claimed to be. We've never claimed to be experts.
Hopefully it's just a part 2 in the future saying, we did it.
And hopefully the part 2 isn't 4 months from now.
It'll be like, hey guys, he's 4. He's potty trained.
It is currently February 25th, 2022. So we will see when this part 2 comes out. But I don't believe it's going to be anytime soon.
I thought it was going to be before. We're going to the beach in June, and I thought it was going to be before June, so we'll see.
I don't think it's going to be.
I don't know.
If it is, he's going to learn how to pee out the window. Or the car.
We're driving through the night on the way there.
Yeah, but that only gets us halfway there. Not even. Half-ish.
No, it gets us more than halfway there. It's only 12 hours. And they sleep for 12 hours.
Oh, and we're leaving early. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'm a good husband. I'll admit when I'm wrong. It's on record.
I don't always admit when I'm wrong.
No, you do for the most part.
Like the next day. The next day I usually do.
The next day you apologize.
Do I never admit that I'm wrong?
I want to say now that I'm thinking about it.
But I apologize.
But you apologize. Listen, I'll take the apology.
I always apologize.
You always apologize.
I do.
Always apologize.
I do.
I don't know if I always apologize.
I always apologize.
There you go. See, you're the better person. See, still a good husband.
All right. Well, hopefully we're back soon telling you both kids are potty trained. We rock.
And we're sticking to our format of keeping these episodes semi-short. So who knew taking notes was so great?
I know. Should have started this earlier.
Right? And a little bit of prep, and not that this is scripted by any means, but...
No, but some notes to keep us on track.
Yeah, less tangents.
Yeah.
It makes editing easier.
There you go.
Not that you need to know that. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening to the Spillproof podcast. As always, reach out to us at spillproofpodcast@gmail.com.
We'd love to hear from you all, and we can't wait to talk with you next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.